This is such a big thing, right?
I want to turn this around and talk a little bit about Steve.
Yeah, sport is for everyone. It's the common language between all the people.
Survive the ups and downs of it if you don't have a passion. And
hello and welcome to In the Game, Qatar's first sports podcast. I'm your host Steve Mackey, and I can't wait to introduce to you some amazing individuals. The podcast is all about the story, our guest story, the highs, the lows, the laughter, the tears. We want to learn what it's like to walk in their shoes, to get an insight into what it takes to overcome those challenges and how to create what is their success story. I'm a Sterling fan. I think he does a fantastic job, and it was definitely a penalty. Hello and welcome to In the Game, Qatar's first sports podcast. And as always, I say this always, we have a special guest. And I've been stalking you for some time now.
God.
Exactly. I have been such a fan of all the things that you're doing. And I'm not even introducing you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Reem, welcome to the show. Everybody, this is Reem, Qatar's SkeetShooter. Woo, yeah, exactly. And you're doing so well, right? You're doing so well. How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it since I was 15 years old in 2011, 2010, something like that.
Wow.
Around 10 years now.
10 years?
Yeah.
And what got you into it? Please introduce yourself. Everybody's shouting. Who is this?
It's Reem Al-Sharshani, QatarNationalTeam shooter in Skeet shooting. I've been in sports since I was a kid, not professionally, like in school, like just running, basketball. I'm doing all kinds of things because I was interested in sports. And as I grew older, I knew that I'm going to be in the national team, but I never knew which sport. But I knew I'm going to be in a team sport like basketball and things like that because I like the atmosphere, the teamwork. Never thought I'm going to be in an individual sport. And the thing is that, like, I have been experiencing different sports professionally starting 2006 when the Asian Games happened in Qatar.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw all the athletes.
You must have been very young then.
Yeah, it's like the start of my dream, you know. So I was trying all kinds of things. I wanted to be in like one of these athletes, especially the women. I never knew like women can do sports professionally and like in public. Like back then, the idea in sports was limited to, you know, schools.
Yeah.
And for men, they can do whatever they want, you know. But then from 2006, I think there was an evolution going on in Qatar. And from that point, my family even, they have this change of mindset. I was in Aspire Talented program.
Okay.
They introduced into different kinds of sports. Like every 2 weeks, they introduce a sport. You practice it, and if you are like really good in it, they will take you to the national team. And at first, I wasn't in shooting. I was actually in the judo.
No.
Yes, I was playing in the judo national team for 2 years. And then I got injured, and my mother got scared, and saw me in the competition. Like I got silver medal in Qatar. Yes, I like martial arts because later on, while I was shooting, I also learned taekwondo as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
The thing with you, let's go back. Let's say 2006.
Okay.
I think I saw on your podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen your date of birth. You've got your podcast on your date of birth on your Instagram.
Yes.
So, in 2006, you were only
12, 11, something like that.
So how different was Qatar back then?
You know, it's more on how are you going to play sports in public, the mentality, you know. It's like for the men, it was a safe route. For women, no, it wasn't acceptable to be in public. Maybe to some people, but not the majority, you know. And there was always the mentality that what people are gonna say about, you know. Our family were sporty from a long time ago, but nothing professional, nothing public. No social media. I mean, back then there was no social media.
Yeah.
But I mean, nothing in the media, nothing on camera. but we used to play sports. That was fine. But whenever I say the national team, it was a bit sensitive, because I'm gonna travel, I'm gonna play in front of the camera, in front of other men. So it was kind of difficult. But now they saw a lot of female athletes on public and how people were supporting them. At that point, there were some changes, and from then until now, the effect is still going on. Like, how many years has it been now?
Yeah.
6-7 years.
Yeah. But you look at it now, and you said the family was a big support back then.
Yes.
Your family is just a really big sporty family, right?
Yeah.
How competitive is it in your house?
Okay, it's mostly between me and Yasmin. We play each other's sport. She plays shooting and I play golf. We actually started together in golf.
Okay.
And I found, like, I was good in it, but it wasn't for me. It's so quiet compared to shooting. Shooting is so loud, and because it's outdoors and like you're holding an actual gun, and with the kick and with the environment changes and how you communicate with other athletes, it's like, it's more, how can I say it? Lively.
So were you competitive with her at golf?
Yes, I still play sometimes with her, but she's better than me, definitely.
I kept on saying to her, she's got such a smooth swing.
Yeah, she's doing great.
Swing.
She improves, because she's doing other things as well. If you have noticed that her social media is very active. She's doing, awareness in schools and doing lots of things that she thinks is more important than actually going to nationals and competitions. And it's great, it's totally different from that what I'm doing now. Like, for me, I'm aiming for competitions and success in that route, and then in the future maybe I will promote it. But for her, she's doing it already.
Yeah, but you say that you're doing a lot with kids as well. The kids are coming to see you do what you do, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, for shooting is like it's more about for the shotgun, not shooting, because pistol and rifle is easy for kids, but shotgun you need a strong body, so there is a limited age or body frame.
But the noise and the kick.
Yes,
I've done this, and the shotgun that you use is about as tall as you. It's like it's
half. It's half.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I saw the videos and all those type of things, and it's like the bang must. How do you get used to that?
The first time I went to the shooting range, I was actually with Aspire as well. And when they first put me into shooting, it wasn't shotgun, it wasn't Skeet, it was pistol and rifle. And the first time I stepped a foot into the shooting range, I heard the sound, and I told them I want to go there. And they told me, no, we're not gonna go there. They have only men there. There were girls, but they didn't tell me. And then when I was almost about to quit from shooting, I was going there along with judo, but I wasn't focusing on shooting at all because I didn't like it. Like, it was enclosed, very calm, very quiet, like you cannot talk. It wasn't for me, It's an amazing sport, but wasn't for my personality. And then when I decided to quit, they told me, go and try shotgun Skeet. I was like, you told me it's for men. They told me, no, we have other shooters, female shooters. I was like, okay. And from then, I couldn't stop. It's very addictive.
But what was it like with you? The bang. I was watching a film, Man in Fire, and he was teaching this young lady to swim, right? She was improving, a little girl improving, and he had 2 bricks and he was banging it behind her, and she had to react with the sound.
Yes.
You've got that 2 shots you've got, right? So
2 shots.
2 shots.
Yes.
So that noise, does it ever, or you're just anticipating it, or you blank it out completely?
We get used to it, actually. We get used to it. And even sometimes the shot does not go. It's just muscle memory, we go like this. It's just muscle memory. And because of the sound of the shot, my ears are not working properly. Like, sometimes I talk really loudly, And later on, people tell me, Reem, your voice is a bit louder. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't feel it.
Dear me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go a little bit more into this,
Yes.
into the shooting, because I've done shooting as well before. So I know that there's so many aspects. You say about muscle memory. You talk about the breathing. I heard you speaking on one of your
Yes,
interviews.
definitely.
The breathing, how important that is. But I want to come to your. I looked at your Instagram, and it says never give up.
Right.
Have you wanted to give up? You've said already that you gave up on the fighting, the judo, or something.
And shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shooting.
Shooting, the rifle and pistol. I was like quitting completely.
So where did you get this? Never give up.
Never give up on something that you love.
Well done.
Yes.
That's superb.
Never give up on something that you love. Not something that you are forced. Like if you don't feel comfortable with something, of course, let go and go find something else. But if you love it, keep doing it. Even if you fail, you will succeed.
So let's talk about the mental side of sports and
Yes.
being a role model. You're a role model. And I know
Thank you.
that sometimes you don't look at it that way because you're very humble like everybody
you
else
so much.
I see here in Qatar. But you're humble, but you're a role model. How much is that a pressure on you here in Qatar?
The sport itself is mental wreck already. But I'm getting support from everywhere. And I'm very thankful for that. That puts away the pressure. But actually shooting, I can't explain how much pressure is there. It's like 80% is mental preparation.
And that's something that I just want to try and get over with everybody today, is that it is 80% mental. And you've got to be right, because you've got a split second, split second.
Yeah, and we're not holding the gun like this. We're keeping it down. Actually, we see the target. We call the target. We see the target, and then we lift. So we have to make sure, and a slight change in your mental state could affect the end result. It's a bit complicated. So people think like it's not a sport because there is not much of a physical demand in it. Like it's not like track and field or marathon,
Yeah.
But actually, you actually get tired. I train. I shoot like around, let's say, 300 shots a day, and I don't feel tired. But in the competition, even though we shoot only 150, and by the end of the day, our back, our muscles are sore, headaches. It's too much pressure.
Yeah.
And you have to prepare the people around you for it. Yeah, they have to understand that you are under pressure. You could get mood swings. It's a bit different.
Who's your biggest strengths? Who's the ones that you?
My mother, definitely. She's my biggest support. Whenever I feel weak or anything, I'll just look at her and she's smiling and she's doing this to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
she travels with me, by the way.
Dear me. That's I've just gone back I went back to the UK recently, and seeing all the kids in the family, it was just unbelievable.
Family are, of course, number one.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. So going on because I know a little bit about shooting, what I'm really impressed with is it, I am impressed. I've seen all the images that you've got, and your arms, they're not muscular arms, right? They're ladies' arms.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with ladies' arms, but they're delicate.
Oh, yeah.
Is the best word I can use.
I understand.
How do you kind of, and I know shooting as well, so when you're in the prone position, easy. Kneeling, easy. Standing up, difficult.
Yeah, the kick.
Whoa, but also keeping that weapon in the right.
That's the sweet thing about it, the kick. I like it.
Really?
Yeah.
So let me go through. Are there any, when you're in a competition, and are there any kind of do you go through a certain routine? Like, is there any kind of things that you say you do your shoelaces up twice, or you go through a routine that's kind of that you stick to every single time?
I do.
Yeah,
I do. Like I told you, it's all a mental preparation. Like I go there, I prepare the day before, mentally. I write everything in the notebook. I go to the competition in the morning. Sometimes I don't talk to anyone.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm all outgoing. It's different. It depends on the mood. You just have to understand your body, and that's the importance of, smaller competitions before the bigger event, to understand how to know what you're gonna do in the big event. And then I would find the best. First of all, in shooting, you don't have like a fixed place. You have to choose your place in the resting area, and this really very important. Like you have to find the most comfortable place to sit in, to focus, to have your time. Nobody can disturb you. I put my headphone, listen to some music, prepare mentally, try shooting, and then I wait for the round.
Yeah.
And it depends every game. And there was a technique I found out in Wuhan when I went to China in 2019.
Okay.
I had a competition, military world games.
Okay.
Yes, and I went into finals. I got the best score I have, surprisingly, and by chance I knew I found the best routine for myself. Because I lost my phone. I forgot my phone in the car that left the range, and I needed to prepare with my headphone. I had to run a long distance many times to check the car if it arrived or not before the round. And then in the first round, I got 25 out of 25. I knew there was something I did right, and I kept on repeating it the whole competition, and then I got the best score I have.
Wow.
Yes. You just find your best, how can I say, the magic
Yeah.
routine for yourself through those, chances or.
But that's like golf as well. It's a more easier way to explain, in the sense that you've got 100 things that you've got to think about with golf. Are you standing enough away from the way? Is it the hands grips? Which clubs?
The wind, the weather, the grass.
How you're standing forward or back, your knees bent, don't look up. There's so many things to think about, but you've got, and this is where I'm trying to get into your shoes, is that you've got a fraction of the second to look up. You say the weapon, the shotgun's down.
Yes.
And then you say pull.
Yes.
And then they pull. You get two things come out, and you've got to shoot.
One time single, and the other time is double.
And you've got to make a split-second decision to where you precisely put that.
Right, the split second, and the target could change direction depending on the wind. And some ranges are not made the same.
Yeah.
The shooting range. Some have like a very easy background, like only the grass and sky. Some have mountains.
So you lose it sometimes, or
Sometimes.
wow.
They sometimes intentionally put a tree near the window where the target goes, and you just have to open your eyes wide open just to catch the target.
How do you, if you've just had a bad first spell, and I'm treating it like golf, because you go out in a medal.
It's very similar.
Yeah. It is. That's what I can
relate.
See. I can, and that's where I'm relating, because, and this is where I'm trying to think how I would pick myself back up. So I've just gone in. I'm in a medal. I've just gone, and I've missed 2 or 3 shots. How do you get yourself back focused again? How do you get yourself back on track? Do you start losing confidence?
It happens, and that's what you learn from the beginning. So at the beginning you can get upset, and the whole competition is ruined. You don't get you get the lowest score. But then I learned that I should stay calm, and one target is fine to lose 1-2 targets. But if I keep on looking at them, I'll lose the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I have to step back, breathe, and then come back again, start new again. Just as simple.
And you just said breathing.
Yes.
I knew that I used to do shooting, and the breathing was the memory muscle, as you said. You had to and bring it up back to where it was most comfortable, right? So it was that comfort zone that you could feel, but the breathing was just had to be perfect, right? You had to time it.
So there is a difference between static shooting and clay target shooting. Is that the target is moving. You have to keep breathing. It's not like static shooting.
Okay.
Yeah, in static shooting, you have to hold your breath. Like when you take a picture,
Yeah,
you have
of
to hold
course.
your breath just to be stable.
Yeah.
But the target is moving. You have to keep breathing.
Very
Yes.
interesting.
Maybe there is a technique that I do sometimes. It's just like that I take a deep breath, I call the target, and then I shoot. Just to be, calm, and I have like the perfect vision.
And what type is it? Your core that's getting most of the exercise, but you said it's your arms, right? And
Arms, back, core, legs, which people think that you don't move, but it's actually moving when you rotate. If you don't have like a perfect stability, you will lose your balance, and you might be unprecise if you don't have like the perfect balance. So everything is engaged.
dear me.
And people think like you have to look at the target and shoot, and it's definitely not like that. And we actually recommend everyone to try it. It's a unique sport.
Never give up, okay? Tell us about your training regime. You're representing Qatar.
Mm-hmm.
What type of effort do you have to put into this?
So of course the shooting training, that's number one. There is off-range training, where you have to hold the gun without the target to perfect the technique. And this is the most important. You have to do it more than the actual shooting. And there is also the gym to strengthen the muscles. Cardio is very important, and people don't understand that as well.
Yeah.
Because during competition, your heartbeat is like very high. And if you are if you are very athletic, like have a good physical strength, your heartbeat is not going to be as high as if you were not. And yeah, there are different aspects.
Yeah, it's that big gun. And then the noise.
Yeah, that's the sweet thing.
Oh my word!
I love
it. When I ever done shooting, it was the first thing that we had to get used to was the bang, because you was always flinching when you knew that the bang was.
But you feel alive afterward.
I don't know if I did. I know that I'm going to go shooting with you one day, and I'm going to.
Yeah, we should.
Banging the kind of and that's a big gun.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big gun. It must be a big kick that you get from it, or have you got to hold it in tight?
I don't know. It's just my body got used to it. Like, I don't know. It's just naturally, it comes naturally.
I must admit, the way that and you're so smooth with the gun.
I came back from training camp from Italy, and we have a new coach there, Falco. He's an amazing coach, and he changed my technique completely from zero. And now I have to,
Oh my word.
Yeah, but that's for the future.
Does that scare you?
Kinda in the competition, because I always judge myself, honestly. I judge myself harshly. And sometimes when I don't do well, I do keep on blaming myself for any mistake that I do during a competition, because I'm expecting sometimes. But by time I did learn not to expect too much and to focus target by target rather than the whole competition. And I started to have a better score, because I used to put pressure on myself.
Now this is because I'm just looking at it now, and somebody's coming in after all of your practice and the way that you go through things, and now he's looking up and saying that we've got to tweak a few things and you've got to change a few things.
Yes.
That's a little bit that must give that's a confidence thing. That's just that. How are you feeling with that kind of trust?
Of course, you need some trust. I was about to say that.
Yeah.
You need some trust in your coach, and I trust him. I trust him really.
Yeah.
I've seen what he have done with other shooters. He's like completely new, and I've just met him last month.
Yeah.
And of course, I would give it a shot, and I would see the results.
Being indecisive is not something that you can be in this sport. You can't be indecisive. You've got to be constantly doing what you believe, right? Or are you indecisive? You're thinking, I've got to change something. That wasn't very good.
I used to.
Yeah.
I used to before that. Now, because I'm following a strict regime and I have to follow what he's giving me. But before that, I used to change everything by myself, honestly. I had to observe other top shooters on videos. We have top shooters in Qatar like Nasser Atiyah, Rashid Hamad.
Yeah.
They are like world-class shooters. And I observe them, and they do help me, and I'm changing according to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's your dreams and aspirations for the future?
I'm aiming for Olympics, and I don't believe it's so far from me. I recently won World Cup in India. Third, yes. It's one of the best accomplishments. Also, before COVID started, I was in my best condition. I told you about Wuhan.
Yeah.
World Military Championship.
Yeah.
World Military Games. I actually was one of the finalists, and I ended up with 5th.
Wow.
Yeah, it felt like I was winning because I got like a really good score, and I didn't expect much from this competition. You know what happened in that competition? We missed the plane because we did not have the what do you call it, the papers for the gun.
All right.
Yeah, and I was upset because I prepared too much for this competition, and then the day when we went to the airplane to the airport, they had to remove our bags from the airplane. Yes, and it felt really bad. And then the next day we traveled. So there were lots of negative things happening before, and so I did not expect, especially my phones when I lost them.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That must have been really
like
bad
so
for
many
you.
things, a lot of things. It was a completely different experience, I'd say.
Everybody, if ever look, my phone's here. It's turned off, but it's we've got phones always with us now. They're a part of our life. So when we lose them, or
You're distracted.
Where's our arm? Where somebody's chopped my arm off? It's kind of but
I don't use it much. It's just for music, during competition, and my sources, not with me. Yeah.
You're just getting. We said earlier that you're just getting into the Instagram thing. You're putting more stuff on social media. Did you say?
Recently.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Before I used to. Even sometimes when I get into competition or get good results, I didn't post anything at all. You could see some posts from 2018, and then I jumped to 2019, and then there is that COVID situation that happened. Nothing posted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I think it's a good platform to promote shooting, especially for girls. And now we're finding more girls coming to the shooting range as well.
100%, and that's the one thing that I've enjoyed watching is you are a role model. It's kind of one of those things, and there are so many people I saw you in that competition, the Emir Cup.
Emir Cup.
Yeah, and you were there's quite a few people involved in that, right?
Yeah,
there was quite a few people involved. So you have, it seems like you've started something that's going to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, we'd like to have a bigger family, to have this kind of, competition between us to push each other.
Yeah.
Like for me, I think the numbers are still small and they need to grow.
You're going to do it. You're going to just keep on.
And we have to prove others that women can do it. Because when they think, oh, you're amazing, you're a shooter, but they also have this thought that you're not doing well, you're not gonna do well in shooting. You know what I mean? It's like because men, they have been shooting for so many years and they have lots of experience. They're doing really well, but now I have to prove to them that women can do it as well.
You're proving. You've got a great, and I've seen people shooting before.
Yes.
Your style is really. It's great. It's so smooth. It's it's controlled,
Thank you.
and I like the things that you talk about after. When I've seen a few interviews with you, it's something that you do love, because let's get over this. This isn't going to be. You're not just doing shooting. You're a student as well, right?
Right. No, I graduated already. I graduated. I have Bachelor Degree of Science in nutrition.
Yeah, I was reading that on your Facebook, I think it was.
Yes, I actually started a YouTube channel to talk about nutrition. As well.
So is that something you want to fulfill in the future?
Yes, I like the medical field actually, and anything related to that. And as an athlete, I have a good background in nutrition in general.
Yeah. And I think it's something after this COVID. I think it's something that we've all got to get better at. It's something I feel much better after the COVID. I was 23 stone. I was very big at one stage, and then I've just not. During the COVID, I haven't lost all that weight in the COVID, but what I did was I just got my eating patterns different.
Oh.
And if I was going to put something into I am like this now. If I'm going to put something into my body, then I want something to be good in my body. So
Of course.
this is and I think this is going to be something that's going to be massive in the future.
Like one advice I would give to everyone is that if you feel uncomfortable after eating, then you did not eat right. food is supposed to give you energy and to make you feel good. So eat something that's good for your body and for your mind.
I think you're right, and I think that because I was never one that got up and had breakfast, it was something that I didn't do. But I've got into a habit now that I'll get up and have 2 boiled eggs, and it seems to get you through the
day.
And then you have something. You've got to push yourself to have something at lunchtime, and then you've got to have. And if you are feeling low, just have something that can boost you.
Like eat whenever you're hungry, not eat whenever you feel you have an appetite. It's different, and people get confused between appetite and hunger.
So let's talk about this subject, because I have got that. I haven't been looking at my notes that I was going to be. But how important is it for you when you are in competition? Do you look after your diet? Do you look at the kind of your diet during the day so that you can keep yourself on top form?
The thing is about shooting. In the competition, we have long hours in the shooting range. Sometimes food is available there, sometimes not. So when we wake up, let's say 6 in the morning, and then we come back in the evening from the shooting range, we have to have a really good breakfast, a really good one that has everything.
Yeah.
And nothing before before shooting by 1 hour. Because afterward, if you eat just before the shooting, your blood goes all into your digestive system, and you lose focus. Yes. So it's very important to watch the time and to choose the food that is right. Like we have to choose something that during the day we have to eat something that is not heavy, something like bananas, maybe. Some shooters eat sandwiches, but it's kind of heavy.
Yeah.
I did that for some time, but I find that it's not the best option. I think it depends on each shooter. But the breakfast is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it does put you on that platform to take the day on. And then you can feel yourself. Sometimes I was watching this program about having something at 4 to keep that when you could possibly dip at 4 o'clock, just have something that's got a protein bar or something, just to give you that extra boost.
There was a time when I don't understand what I was thinking back then, but I was eating a lot between, emotional eating.
Yeah.
Because of stress.
Yeah. Do I know that?
Because of stress, because I ended up eating a lot of unhealthy things, a lot of snacks. Like I told you, sometimes the food is not available, so you bring your own food. And I would go to the shooting range bloated, still breathing like this, and the focus is lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was at the beginning of the journey, of course. Now I don't do that.
And who's that person? It's who is that person, that authoritative person behind you that says, you've got to do this, you've got to do this?
To be honest, shooting is very individual. Like, they don't tell you what to do. You have to find out what is perfect for you. What works for me doesn't work for others.
And that's quite difficult, right? That must be difficult to work these things out, to work out the hot spots and how to keep and how to bring them all together.
Yeah, it's kind of like I noticed that shooters have a different mentality from other athletes. They like to have their own space, honestly. And maybe we give off, especially during competitions, we give off this kind of aura that, I don't know, scary.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I noticed that. And even within the categories, trap shooters are different from skeet shooters.
Yeah.
They have different personalities. It's weird. I think the sport is affecting your personality somehow.
So what is the difference? I just thought it was. What is the difference in the two?
You mean
the trap shooting and the skeet shooting?
About technique wise?
Or how it works?
Both use shotgun.
Okay.
The characteristic of the shotgun can be slightly different. Like for example, trap could be longer, the barrel could be longer. And the type of cartridges, the distance of the target, the direction of the target. Like for trap, there are 5 stations, and the target could go any direction. Yes, from down to up. Like, they don't know if it's gonna go left, straight.
Yeah.
For skeet, we have 8 stations, and there are two houses that where the targets are gonna go. They have like a specific trajectory.
Yeah.
And the way we hold the gun, we hold it like this. Trap, they start like this already.
So you don't actually bring it up to kind of
That's in trap, yeah.
aim?
In Skeet, we hold it like this, down.
That's even more difficult, right?
It is difficult. We can shoot comfortably, we can shoot trap, but trap shooters hardly can shoot Skeet because it's mostly technique.
Technique.
Yeah.
It's like, and the feel, it must be all down to feel. Okay, it's got to be feel. You've got to trust in that gun.
Yes.
Dear me, I thought.
And you have to make sure that you put it in the right place when you lift it very quickly. You know, sometimes when you get nervous or be pressured, sometimes you think the target is gonna go off, but it doesn't go, and you know. So sometimes if you put it in the wrong direction, your eye is not going along with the aim.
And do you have a game at home on the you know, the esports where you've got a shooting game?
No, actually anything like that we don't have, but we do mental training. We could have like imagination. We close our eyes, we hold we imagine that we are holding the gun, and we do it like this. Yeah.
I've got
But that's an amazing idea, by the way.
I just think that sometimes it kind of, because it's all from it's like it's a feel thing. You've got to kind of feel it. If it's not coming right up to aim.
But you know, the weight is different, and the gun is not designed on your body, so it's gonna give you a different feeling. It may be not a good idea for a professional shooter.
How many guns have you got?
Currently 2. That's not my personal gun. It's for the Federation. I don't own a gun, but it's designed on me.
Okay.
Yes. I just received a new one, actually.
Oh, really nice.
Yes.
Now, this is a question, and I'm not trying to trick you here. Okay. But who cleans your gun?
I do.
Well done.
I do. I get all black fingers.
Oh dear, but that's the fun, right?
Right.
That's the big thing.
Nobody understands that it's really fun. Like we have a special person to clean the gun, but I never let them do that.
Yeah, well done.
Yes. Since the beginning, I used to put my headphones, enjoy music, and clean my gun.
Yeah, and what a great feeling it is, and to oil it as well, and to kind of oh dear.
Yeah. And the injuries you get.
Yeah. I remember we had this big competition, and we had to march so far and run, and I fell over, and my the head of the rifle went into the ground, and it was just solid with dirt, and I had to get to
clean it.
I had to clean it, and I couldn't get it out, so I couldn't shoot. Oh, it was terrible.
It happened to me in a competition where I usually clean my gun in Doha, never in a competition, never outside when I travel. So that time my gun was completely dirty, and I had to clean it before competition, just the morning of the competition. And then there was an athlete from a different country. He was like, "This is the first time I see a woman cleaning her own gun." I was like, I thought it was normal. I'm surprised, I became embarrassed. Like, am I the first one to clean her gun?
I just wanted to ask that question because it's part of the whole process, right? If you're getting somebody else to clean it, which is okay, that's not a problem.
Yeah, it's fine, of course.
It's fine, but if you want to get real close, then it's going to have to get close to you, and you're going to have to look after it, and it's something that you want to make sure that you maintain.
It's not even only cleaning. I wouldn't accept it if anyone holds my gun or touches my gun behind my back. Yes. Yes. I can get really crazy when
I can't believe that. Talking to you now, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. There's 2 questions that I want, and they are 2 different ones, okay?
Yes.
And one of them is what is your success, okay? Now, it's going to sound like they're really similar, but they're not, okay? One is what is your success, and what's your ambitions?
Okay. What's the difference?
I think that success is it might not your success might not even be in shooting, but what are you at the end of your day?
Oh yeah.
What are you going to want to achieve?
Of course, I want to be able to influence others, to be able to change their mind, to be good enough to make them understand whatever I'm trying to give them. You know, I know a lot of people can influence others without achieving anything, but for me to be able to confidently give others, I need to perfect, to experience it first. You know, that's what I want to do first.
And your ambitions, and that again, that could be anything from a kind of personal perspective, business or whatever.
So currently, my aim is for the Olympics, and of course, later on I may have other plans from that point, you know. But currently, I want to just put the spotlight on Olympics, because I feel like afterwards I can think about other things. Yeah,
That's wonderful.
it's like one of my biggest dreams since I was young, and if, like, you know, I had like 2 dreams actually. I wanted to be a doctor, and I wanted to be an Olympian.
Okay.
So because I love shooting so much, I had to give up on one of these.
Okay.
I focused on shooting, even during my studies. Like, it was very hard doing university special. So now I want to focus on it, because I don't want to think about, oh, I gave up on one thing, so I will give up on this one as well. I don't want to feel, you know, regretted in the future. So I want to achieve that, and then
Yeah. And with saying that, have you got any thoughts about what you're going to do apart from shooting? You said diet, going into kind of nutrition. Is that something that you want to take further, or is there something something else that you want to do?
maybe I'd love to be in a clinical setting or to help others. I already help many people in nutrition. Whenever they ask me, I did diet plans to other, and it was a success. I'm really proud of it. But I never thought about doing it as a business. Not yet. I don't think I am ready to take that step, but maybe in the future. And I'm actually thinking about changing my career in the future. Maybe I would study something else, and I'm still looking for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Education is very important.
Education is important. I wish I never took it. I wish I took more advantage of it. I didn't. I've learned all my stuff from experience, and that's not always the best way. But the one thing that strikes me with you is you always want to make a difference. You, no matter what it is you're going to go into, you want to make a difference, and that's amicable from yourself. And you have something special. Just interviewing you, and you know when I meet somebody, you've got something special. I said it to Marion Farah. I said it to so many different people. You've got something special. And this country is counting on people like yourself to go out and be that role model and show people that you can achieve anything if you put your heart and soul into it.
Thank you. And I'm really proud to be able to sit with you and to be able to present Qatar as a person. But I have to disagree with something. Experience could teach you many things, and classroom cannot teach you.
It's you're exactly right. Yeah. I don't kind of the one thing, I'll tell you a story. So my business partner, he's 26 years old. He's going to hate me for this. He really is going to hate me for this. But he's 26 years old.
Oh yeah.
And I went to Carnegie Mellon. It was a quick startup. So somebody asked me 15 times to participate as a mentor. And 6 years ago, it's like that was the first time anybody asked me to be a mentor, and I said no way. And it was just one of those things. Miguel, his name was. He asked me 15 times, come on. And I said, no, I just didn't feel worthy enough. And then what it was he said it was a free lunch. And I was like, oh, come on in, let's go. And I actually met my business partner at that event.
Wow.
And he was with this young lady, and they were there he had a job already, but he was there just to see what was going on in the ecosystem and how could he better himself. And they were both there together just to kind of, they were both had business jobs and internships, and they were just trying to get themselves a bit better.
Okay.
And I pulled him to one side and I said, she loves you, you know. And he's going, no, she's just a friend. I said, she loves you. And I said, you're going to marry her one day. And Felix, congratulations, he's getting married today.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's getting married today. So you never know when your life is about to change.
Right.
And I know what your sister's doing. I know what you're doing. I know the things that you're doing. What advice would you give to those young ladies out there at the moment, the young kids out there at the moment that says, Mum, I want to do that?
Like the best advice is to try anything. Try every single thing. You might find your passion. You never know where you're gonna end up in the future. Like how I ended up here. I was looking everywhere for my place, and things doesn't come naturally like that. You have to go and search for it, and then you will find the place that will fit you.
You've definitely found the place that fits you. I wish you all the success in the future.
Thank you so much.
And I remember saying to Mariam Farad, I will come and watch you at the World Championship.
Oh, please
I'm
come
going to
in.
say to you now, I'm going to come and watch you in the Olympics. So you keep in touch. You make sure you tell me when the Olympics is when you're in there. Okay?
All right.
Because
Thank
you
you
are
so
going to
much.
be in there. Yeah, you've been a smashing guest today. And I really do appreciate you being so open and yeah, you're going to be a great role model. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Everybody, this has been a fantastic day for me. I have been with somebody that I've admired from a distance. I'm so glad that you've come on the show today.
Thank you. I'm really happy to be here with you.
Yeah.
It was a great conversation, a lot of emotions going on.
Exactly. And that's all about the story, right?
Yeah.
That's all about the story. And where I come from, where we've all got something to give. And some people don't realize the difference they can make just by making the smallest of action that
Right.
causes a reaction. And those are the most important things in life. And you've got bags of that. And let's hope everybody takes something from this podcast, because you can make a difference. And sometimes it's the smallest of things that could have the biggest effects.
I really hope I met everyone's expectation in that.
You're fantastic.
I did?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Otherwise, I'll shoot everyone.
Yeah, I was going to say to you, are you married yet? And it's not that I'm going to ask you to marry me, but are you married yet?
No, I'm single.
So
You want me to shoot my future husband?
Mr. Right, he must be honest, he must be a little bit scared right now.
Bulletproof.
He's going to have to be bulletproof,
Yeah.
right? Thank you so much. I'm
Thank you
sorry,
so
we could
much.
talk for hours. It's been wonderful listening. It's been wonderful listening to you, Dave. Everybody, thanks for listening. It was a great show. Until next week, bye for now. Here at In the Game, we are so proud to be associated with Incubate. Incubate is a startup hub which offers businesses and entrepreneurs a complete set of services and tools to get their businesses up and running. You have to get in contact with them if you're a startup in Qatar. They're in Palm Tower on the 29th floor. Everyone, thanks for listening, but please make sure you give us a comment or like us on your favorite podcast app.